Ladies, and this is the feature attraction of the evening. The best
is disqualified. Ooh. Slammed him into
mercifully with his headlock. Look out. Oh.
And Brody just going berserk here on
Johnny, look at this. Fans, there's no mistaking Billy Graham.
Getting the heck out of Dodge. And they tanned Ric Flair.
I want you and everyone listening in to know one thing. That if they ever made another guy better than me, he hasn't been made.
Fine. Nice tackle by Flair. Put Steamboat down. Good movement by Steamboat. Great leap from. And what a top. And the champion of the world on the head was the dead. Oh, come on now.
Might have hurt his leg a little bit there.
A referee stands Carbonet.
Oh! Billy plays that fight though.
Go into the ring when Roddy Piper Doc Conwell wants to go into the ring, Mr. Announcer. Right.
Here comes Koloff off the ropes. Look at the power.
Oh, he hit the back of his head. Oh! That is, to a nicer guy, it couldn't happen.
The dressing rooms have emptied as this match has ended in a disqualification. But the most physical feud in wrestling continues right here on the Universal Wrestling Federation. As the ring has filled with several hundred pounds of athletes, similar to the bunkhouse brawl, except in that match they'll be wearing their jeans and their boots as Doug and the gang are still fighting here in Tulsa. It's gone past championships. It's a personal situation between the one-man gang and Hacksaw Jim Duggan as more wrestlers come to the ring. Hello again, everybody. I'm Jim Ross. Thank you very much for being with us on Universal Wrestling. This is a very special hour. In the next 60 minutes, you're going to take a look at all the top stars in the Universal Wrestling Federation. This is our 1986 Year in Review program. It's been a great year for Mid-South Sports and the Universal Wrestling Federation. A lot of exciting things happened, and we're going to recap those big events as this hour progresses. One young man that had a tremendous year in '86 was Terry Taylor, one of the top young stars in this sport. Terry Taylor had some great battles in '86 in the Universal Wrestling Federation. Let's relive some of those great matches.
Pulling the Nightmare back up. He's trying to take him to the ropes, but it looked like the Nightmare raked the eyes.
The Nightmare, especially with Sir Oliver Humperdinck in his corner. Nightmare going up. Gets that 300 pounds going, but Terry Taylor gut shots him. Terry using a little psychology of his own, telling the referee the Nightmare is pulling his hair. When the referee went back there, Terry socked him one on the jaw. Now they're toe-to-toe, which Terry really doesn't stand toe-to-toe with somebody. He's too smart, but I think he's smart, but he broke through the Nightmare. And I think this match has so much emotion because this was the guy that was Ric Flair, took the North American title from Terry, and he is really incensed about it. And that's one of the reasons he's back in the Mid-South area. Yeah. Oh, what a form. This crowd, they love it. Terry Taylor.
Taylor's a specialist when it comes to being outweighed, a little bit outsized. He knows how to handle it. He's a strategist. Whoa, he meets the mask of Humongous.
Terry Taylor very aggressive at the outset of this contest, but Humongous, once again, that mask coming into be a very important factor. As Humongous now trying to take over and is doing so on Terry Taylor.
Terry Taylor definitely has his hands full in this match. I'm sure, though, Terry Taylor, let me tell you, is a brilliant thinker in the ring. And in my opinion, one of the finest ring thinkers in the country today. However, I am sure that he has a strategy worked out for Humongous.
Well, he's going to have to go somewhere besides the head, Joe, because that mask is there. Taylor. And Taylor went at the elbow. You know, I admire Terry Taylor wholeheartedly, but there again, you can't attack that headgear. Jake the Snake Roberts will tell you that one. It just won't work. And Humongous now, using his bulk and his strength.
He's that big leg. He went after that shin in the mock. You can tell Taylor scouted him. He got it out of that one quick. Anyway, he goes after that mask.
I think he stuck his fingers in the eye hole, so Humongous really reeling there. Looked to me like that's what they were doing.
Looks to me like Terry's fighting fire with fire. I love it. Terry is... Oh, he was setting off those ropes. It looked like he was going for that big forearm. But I think there you're looking at the culprit. The camera seems to come. Yeah! Listen to this crowd. Taylor comes off the rope with this big forearm. He hit him with the forearm. He covers him up. He's got him. Yeah!
Terry Taylor astonished the wrestling world by defeating both the Nightmare and Humongous within the first week of 1986. This is Doyle King speaking for the UWF with our year-end review. Taylor's winning ways have continued throughout the year, too. Now, here's the closing moments of a great battle between Terry Taylor and Jake the Snake Roberts that took place on February 11th.
Might have hurt his knee. It looks like he... No, he didn't. He's up and he's moving. Taylor going to the attack. Good move, Taylor. But Taylor... Oh, he just missed the elbow.
Jake Roberts moved out of the way ever so quickly and out of necessity. Out of necessity, because this has been a very closely fought. Oh, what a knee lift! What a knee lift! Jake the Snake Roberts really tattooed Taylor, brought him almost out of his shoes, seemingly.
Jim, you can hear the oohs and ahs from the audience. This match is really starting to build in excitement and intensity, even from the point that it was. There is a lot of electricity in the air. I know we've said it before, but you really got to be here to experience it. You smell the popcorn, you feel the tension of the fans around you. It's just something to see. Terry Taylor turning the tide. He gets an arm whip. DDT! This is it! Jake the Snake Roberts as Terry Taylor, and it looks like it's going to be it for Terry Taylor. 1, 2, wait a minute! Wait a minute! Terry Taylor got his leg over the rope.
Well, he was under the ropes to start with. Jake rolled him the wrong way. He DDT'd him and he rolled him right near the ropes are there. The tactical error, I think, by Jake Roberts, no doubt he DDT'd him. He really nailed him, but he got him right near the ropes. That was a good officiating maneuver by referee Tommy Gilbert.
Jim, I think one thing too, Jake the Snake hit that DDT so quick, and I think sometimes his own quickness can be his enemy, and in that situation it sure was. I think if he'd have taken just a little bit more time to set it up and get him out towards the center of the ring, he'd have had him. Jake went for the big knee lift. He went for another knee lift, and Taylor got out of the way. Jake the Snake hurt, frustrated. He's up shaking. He's trying for the DDT again. Terry Taylor hits him a roll up. On the inside, Taylor, no! Wahoo! Terry Taylor turned the tide and has defeated Jake the Snake Roberts. And listen to this crowd.
Six-man tag action inside the barbed wire cage from the Tulsa Convention Center. It's the Fantastics and Terry Taylor taking on the Sheepherders and Jack Victory. Lady Maxine roams the outside of the ring, and there's Bobby Fulton. Now this ring, ladies and gentlemen, is surrounded by the barbed wire cage as Luke Williams, one of the Sheepherders, hammering away at Bobby Fulton, and this, without a doubt, one of the most physical battles of the year in the Universal Wrestling Federation or any other association. The Fantastics and Terry Taylor, six-man tag action. As I mentioned, Lady Maxine looking on from the outside. Lady Maxine left the area in a hurry thanks to Dark Journey. And Terry Taylor being double-teamed. Butch Miller of the Sheepherders working on Terry Taylor. And ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the most physical and one of the most violent battles ever in pro wrestling. As Luke Williams of the Sheepherders just rammed Tommy Rogers face first into the barbed wire. A lot of people wonder, why do they sign this type of match?
It's to settle their issues. It's to settle their feuds. It's man on man. Nobody leaves until it's all over from the barbed wire cage. That's Bobby Fulton and Terry Taylor back on the attack, back on the offense. But they have lost a lot of blood in this six-man barbed wire tag team matchup. Now later in the hour, you're going to be seeing how Terry Gordy became the first Universal Heavyweight Champion. We're going to show you Ted DiBiase and Terry Taylor as they battle the Freebirds in a country whipping tag match. Plus, in a six-man match, Cowboy Bill Watts, Dr. S.D. Williams, and Hacksaw Duggan taking on Ivan and Nikita Koloff and Korsita Korchenko, the three Russians. That all coming in this hour. It's like a who's who in pro wrestling in this 60 minutes. The UWF 1986 year in review as Lady Maxine carries the New Zealand flag proudly. The people in Tulsa, certainly pro-American all the way. As Butch Miller choking Tommy Rogers, Luke Williams finding Bobby Fulton with a right hand. And it's Terry Taylor and Jack Victory. And Victory goes face first into the wood framing that the barbed wire is attached to. Jack Victory with those sheep herder camouflage tights, their trademark, as Taylor and the Fantastics lying in a heap in the middle of the squared circle. The Universal Wrestling Federation, long known before as the Mid-South Wrestling Organization, long known for its physical and violent competition between evenly fought teams, between evenly fought men one-on-one. That's what you're seeing right here, that barbed wire shaking right in your screen. The prongs and the barbed wire used to keep animals in on the range. Once a great point of controversy with ranchers and farmers, and now it's surrounding the ring in Tulsa as the Fantastics and Terry Taylor are being cheered for this awesome crowd in Tulsa. And the barbed wire cage. Butch Miller thrown into the cage. Jack Victory. Fulton threw Victory into the cage. And it's getting very physical here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. The Universal Wrestling Federation. And look at Luke Williams' face just raked across that barbed wire. It's hard to really call the action because it's so diversified. It's so spread out in the ring. And now all six men are bleeding profusely. The Fantastics and Terry Taylor taking over on Victory and the Sheep Herders inside the barbed wire cage. And Luke Williams gone right back into that cage as all six men are losing a lot of blood. And now Victory, that barbed wire right into his forehead. This is the most physical match. And look at Tommy Rogers on top of the cage. Rogers is on top of that cage. All the way off the top came Tommy Rogers. What a matchup. These six men, one of the hottest feuds at that time of the year in wrestling. The Fantastics and the Sheep Herders. And there's Fulton and Victory on the top rope. They're a long way from the floor. Victory's head cracking into that lumber. The framing there that the barbed wire is attached to. Fulton on the top rope. And then Fulton with that double fist right to the face of Jack Victory. Victory kicks out. The most physical six-man tag match in existence, and you're seeing it right here. Victory now with a pile driver, and he has pile driven Fulton. Terry Taylor. These men, you can almost see they're giving it their all. But how much do they have left? This had to be one of the most physical matches of the year. I know it's one of the most physical matches that I've seen. And remember, as I mentioned just moments ago, Terry Gordy, you'll see how he became the first UWF champion in the hour. Other tag team action, Country Whipping, Ted DiBiase and Terry Taylor. They're an awesome team. And they took on the fabulous Freebirds in a Country Whipping match. Terry Taylor, now up to the second rope. Terry Taylor with a pinning predicament on Jack Victory. And there's the pinfall. Taylor the Fantastics with the victory. And we'll have more in this year in review right after this
special hello out there to all the great wrestling fans of the Universal Wrestling Federation, and hope that you're enjoying these great, happy holidays. You know, Tommy, it's the time of year. Families get together, brother, and there's a lot of love and joy showed throughout the world. And I'll tell you one thing right now. The Fantastics thrive on the love and joy of the fans because you people are the true backbone to professional wrestling. And also, I'd like to say that 1987 is coming up, Tommy, and it's a great year for us because some of the people that we're talking to right now and haven't got a chance to meet, talk to, shake your hands, still a few hugs and kisses. We're going to be coming there very soon, and please stay tuned to this very TV channel for the important dates coming on in 87.
That's right. You know, Bobby, just like you said, 87 is going to be a great year for us. 86 was a great year for us. We held the UWF tag team titles for the longest that anybody's ever held them, and we're looking forward to 1987 regaining those UWF titles, and that's with all you people support, because all you, just like Bobby said, without you out there, we wouldn't be standing up here today.
Everybody says what's going on, man. You know what's going on? Like my brother got ripped off of a title. He got stripped of a title. Nobody ever even got in the ring and beat him for it. My other brother gets ripped off of another title. Everybody says, what's going on, man? What's going on? You guys attacked the Fantastics, man. You beat them up. Maybe they didn't have nothing to do with it. Who really cares? Do I look like I really care? No, I don't care. And nobody in the Freebird camp cares. Not Bam Bam, not Buddy Jack, not the Angel of Death, and not Sunshine. I think surrender, Jack. You better understand something, boy. You barking up the wrong tree. That's right. And don't give me all these accusations about, hey man, what was in the jar? What was in the jar? Hey, I told you, it's just pain. Just figured we'd put you in your place. It wasn't done then. It will be done again. You mark my words. Because all of you were in this conspiracy, and I'm going to go through every one of you.
Duggan has Sawyer right where he wants him. Just keep it up, Jumbo. Oh, man. Sawyer can retaliate on you so quick. Both of these men have such similar styles. They're such great fighters. And Sawyer, is he going to the top? He's on the top rope, and Duggan gets up. Sawyer got a little bit cocky, and look at this.
All the way from the top. Hacksaw Duggan fighting back against Mad Dog Buzz Sawyer. And this place is going crazy.
As well they should, Jim. This could be a main event in any part of the world. Hacksaw Duggan and Buzz Sawyer, one of the greatest feuds in the history of wrestling. As Duggan is taking it to him. Duggan definitely with the aggressive advantage so far. Sawyer's hurt. Finish him off, and look, he's going for the spear. Come on, Duggan. Oh, no. Duggan has so much speed and so much quickness. He was at full speed. I guarantee you he would have leveled Sawyer, but Sawyer saw it coming. Sawyer attacking those ribs, attacking the part that he injured last week.
Boy, it's breaking loose right here. Duggan with those severely injured ribs. Sawyer's trying to take advantage of it. This crowd so solidly behind that man, Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Looks as if Sawyer might have bloodied Duggan's nose with something. Rather,
he's working on those ribs. He's battered them. The steel railing, and he's hammering them. I don't know how much longer Duggan can go. Those ribs are heavily bandaged. And Sawyer's relentless, but Duggan's fighting back.
Jim, a rib injury can always be very, very painful. It can be incapacitating. If there's one man that's tough enough to handle it, it's Hacksaw Jim Duggan. The Sawyer, that move right there, I guarantee you sent pain all through Duggan's body right there. From the ribs, that impact on the ground, Sawyer's suplexes are so powerful. And again, we see Sawyer going up to the top rope. Keep in mind, a disqualification could save the title for Buzz Sawyer. Sawyer on the top rope. He goes for it, but Duggan gets out of the way. Duggan, the spear!
He got him! He got him, the spear! Yeah! Hacksaw Duggan's the new champion! Hacksaw Duggan's won the title! it! We've got a new champion!
Hacksaw Duggan became the North American champion after 3 years of being a top contender for the crown. Duggan remained undefeated as the champion until Mid-South Sports retired the North American title and created the Universal Championship. The tournament for the belt was held on May 30th in Houston, Texas. Duggan fought his way into the finals where he was to face Terry Gordy, but the one-man gang came onto the scene and almost put an end to Duggan's career. Duggan came back and fought against the insurmountable combination of Terry Gordy in the ring and Michael Hayes outside the ring, not to mention a brain concussion and a massive loss of blood.
And that took so much out of Hacksaw Duggan, I don't see how he can even get back to his feet. He has no business being here. He's a shell of himself. He's gotten back on guts. He's got guts.
Get another one. Hacksaw Duggan against Terry Gordy, and he's got Gordy backing up. He's knocking him back. He is knocking him over. Terry Gordy has caught the full force of Hacksaw Duggan, and the Hacksaw is sensational as these fans roar their approval of his efforts to batter Terry Gordy out of that dream of becoming the UWF champion here and now.
Duggan had one stomp. Duggan with a spear.
He just crashed into him there with that spear that has defeated so many top men of the... Duggan is on the outside of the ring. He has come in now. And what climax to a sensational tournament. And here is Duggan. Duggan is ready. He is set to go. And Duggan through the ropes, not over the ropes, through the ropes. There are no disqualifications here. And the referee trying to keep Gordy away. And here is Michael Hayes.
That's sickening.
Adding his weight to this incident here. Remember, this is a no disqualification match.
Very good point. There's no...
The referee's hands are tied. We stretch the rules for both of them. For both Terry Gordy and for Hacksaw Duggan. Duggan is listening to the count. As Duggan rises, he manages now to roll underneath that. Here they call it the two-man champ.
Oh! He's been on the floor. Hayes has posted him. He has been battered for the one-man gang, and now the pile driver. And it's over. And we got the new Universal Wrestling Federation champion is Terry Gordy.
That's how Terry Gordy became the first UWF champion. Not many agree with the tactics that he used to win the belt, but he didn't seem to care, mainly because he was tough enough to keep it. We'll return with more of our year-end review after this brief timeout.
I want you all story, but this you don't want to be at. This ain't no home sweet home, it's a home sweet misery. We knew where we got here.
It was a hot summer in the UWF. Cowboy Bill Watts came out of retirement to help Dr. Death and Hacksaw Duggan battle the Russians. The Russians retreated. However, the Freebirds advanced in their place.
I ain't going. Get rid of the bat. Get it away from that maniac.
Why don't you go take it away from him?
Well, I'll tell you what. Everybody here, the television audience, can see you got no guts. But let me say one other thing. I don't give a damn where it happened, so you wait there and I'll come.
Well, now, wait a minute. I don't like this at all. Well, wait. This is not the dang gum. This is not the place for any of this stuff. This is, wait a minute. We hope that you'll be with us this Sunday night, our next television taping. Wait a minute, there's Cowboy Bill Watts, Dr. Death, and Ted DiBiase. And they're coming in from the opposite side of the ring, and it is breaking down right here on the UWF. It's war in the squared circle. Dr. Death with the right hand sends Gordy all the way over the top. Ted DiBiase working over Buddy Roberts, and Cowboy Bill Watts with Michael Hayes on the outside. Six-man tag team action. Michael Hayes trying to climb back into the ring. Watts with a right hand. The big cowboy from Bixby let loose with Michael Hayes. Whatever it takes, and whatever kind of match it takes, and it's breaking loose. My gosh, what a brawl. DiBiase and Williams and Watts, they want the Freebirds in any kind of combination. We don't have a lot of time. We'll keep it here as long as possible. I wish you could be with us here in Tulsa. It's pandemonium, no doubt about it. It's pandemonium in Tulsa. The Freebirds, no hurry to get back in the ring. Dr. Death, he wants any Freebird. Ted DiBiase wants any Freebird. And the same for Cowboy Bill Watts. Michael Hayes has been badly lacerated at the hands of Cowboy Bill Watts. And Williams with a right hand. Dr. Death, he may be off his game plan. Right now it's not to pin, but to hurt somebody. He doesn't care who it is. It just happens to be Terry Gordy. He's the Freebird. He's got it. Gordy is lacerated. Dr. Death's big hands have opened up a large gash on Terry Gordy. And now it's Gordy with a pile driver. And these two big men have collided in the center of the squared circle. The crowd becoming so much involved in this confrontation. Here in Tulsa, another capacity crowd at the convention center as Gordy's face is a mask of clarence. Williams is dazed. What a battle. And Gordy went for a flying body press, and he has annihilated Carl Berge. Dr. Death dropped down, but that Gordy with that inside drop cradle. There's referee Tommy Gilbert in the ring. Thank goodness for the standby official as Berge is helpless. Dr. Death has got Terry Gordy now with Tommy Gilbert. But Dr. Death and Gordy split is on the rope. Dr. Death with a partial stampede. Both referees have been knocked down, but the referee telling Dr. Death only a 2 count. It was only a partial stampede. Gilbert was knocked. The referee was hit in the face. It threw Doc's balance off, and now Gordy taking back over on Williams. It's all on the line right here, and you're seeing it right here on the UWF. Dr. Death, belly to back suplex. Both referees are counting, and we've got a pinfall. I think we've got a new champion. The referees both of them were down. Dr. Death has his hand up. The crowd is jubilant in Tulsa. Carl Berge is holding Dr. Death's hand up. But Tommy Gilbert's one referee is signaling Dr. Death. We seem to have a difference of opinion here. Terry Gordy's leaving with a belt, but one of the referees is raising Dr. Death's hand.
Dr. Death and Terry Gordy are two incredible athletes, and you can bet that we haven't seen the last of their battles, whether in single competition or in tag team matches. And speaking of tag team matches, we'll see some of the greatest ones of 1986.
For a big roundhouse right.
to Michael Hayes' credit, Hayes beat him to the punch, and now they're signaling for that pile driver. Remember, it's lumberjack rules. You hear Dr. Death in the background. DiBiase powers out. A desperation maneuver for Ted DiBiase. The lumberjacks are enthusiastic surrounding the ring, but they are being completely engulfed by this phenomenal, enthusiastic crowd. And listen to this. It's house call time. Dr. Death has Buddy Roberts trapped, and the fans love Dr. Death. Ooh! Clothesline, and Michael Hayes, all four men back in the ring. That cracked the skulls of the Freebirds, DiBiase and Williams. Power slam. DiBiase with a perfectly executed power slam on Michael Hayes. Dr. Death manhandling Buddy Roberts. He's got him up. There's a stampede. A partial stampede for Dr. Death. And Roberts is trying to get out of there with his life. Roberts, the veteran, moves out of the way. Dr. Death now going outside, as is Michael Hayes. There's DiBiase and Roberts in the ring. But look at the lumberjacks. Gilbert and the Fantastics. It's breaking loose. There's the Fantastic Sting and Gilbert. They're fighting. There's all kinds of action breaking out on the floor. And DiBiase's in there. They've got a belt. They've called for disqualification. They've called. Michael Hayes has got a belt from somewhere. He's got the belt. He had it around DiBiase's neck, but now he's whipping him without letting the belt. But there's Dr. Death. Hayes was trying to injure DiBiase's neck once again with that belt, and then he lashed him with it. Hayes caught off guard, and Terry Taylor lacerated with a victory, but Michael Hayes taking back over on Terry Taylor. Just hit the referee. That'll cost him some money. And he's taking that belt out. Remember last week, he whipped Ted DiBiase. There was a massive belt on DiBiase's body. You saw. And now you listen to that. Listen to Hayes. He's whipping a helpless Terry Taylor, who is bleeding with that belt unmercifully. Hayes, but there goes Ted DiBiase. And Hayes meets Ted DiBiase coming in. Hayes going to clothesline, but now DiBiase's got the belt. And he's whipping Hayes, and the crowd loves it, and Hayes is running. Hayes, DiBiase with a belt on Freebird Buddy Roberts. This is his opportunity. DiBiase has got to make the tag, and he does. Taylor's got the belt, and you can hear it all the way at our vantage point. He elevates Roberts. He elevates Hayes, and it has broken down into the brawl we knew it would. We've got 2 minutes of airtime remaining as Taylor works on DiBiase. And DiBiase and Hayes were thrown together. Excuse me, it's hard to keep up with this action. Fine body press by Taylor. He's got Roberts. Yes, sir. Terry Taylor has pinned Buddy Roberts.
Ted DiBiase.
Taylor went outside, and Hayes went outside. It's broken down. Hayes and Taylor on the outside are fighting. DiBiase and Hayes have won the match.
DiBiase. Roberts now setting DiBiase for the pile driver. DiBiase powered out. And look at DiBiase reaching down. DiBiase reaching down. He's going for the infamous black glove. And Hayes is brutalizing Taylor on the floor. Taylor has been hurt. Could be very seriously with Taylor outside. Hayes, deep shot on DiBiase. And now Michael Hayes has taken the glove off the head of Ted DiBiase. This has never happened. DiBiase has lost his black glove. Hayes has got it on. And he tattooed DiBiase. He tattooed DiBiase.
Only on the Universal Wrestling Federation will you see such great main events as this one. And things won't be anything but better in 1987 as the UWF gears up for its nationwide tours. We'll be back with more of the Universal Wrestling Federation Year in Review program and a look at the best-looking ladies in wrestling when our 1986 Year in Review continues. Welcome back to the Universal Wrestling Federation Year-End Special. We're glad to have you with us, and in this segment, we'll be looking at the valets in the Universal Wrestling Federation. Probably the most popular woman in wrestling today is Dark Journey. She's established herself as a great valet by managing the missing link, which is no easy chore.
Gilbert came right off the top rope. The link is there, quick for the pin. Is he going to get it? Yes, he is! It has backfired. Dark Journey pushed Eddie Gilbert off the top rope, and Gilbert went down crashing from the top on Hollywood John Tatum. We have got a pinfall. And Dark Journey will get Missy Hyatt as a valet for a day. We got to get the camera to this situation. What a feature this is going to make. I want to get the camera to this and see what that young lady has in store for her.
The latest lady on the scene is Sunshine. She's teamed up with the Freebirds, who are hard to share the spotlight with, but if history is any indication at all, it won't be long before Sunshine rises into the public eye in a big way. And last, but definitely not least, is Missy Hyatt. Her voice and personality have all the charm of fingernails grating on a blackboard, but her face and figure seem to have broken more than just John Tatum's heart. In this match, Tatum and Missy used the Gucci bag to help Eddie Gilbert and Sting win the Universal Tag titles. But it wasn't long before Missy found a new love, and it caused a war between Tatum and Gilbert that took place right on national television.
The ring now opening up on Jack Victory. The Fantastics now really opening up. Look at the offense. They've got the tempo back up. And Eddie Gilbert is back at ringside. This time with flowers or something. Look at Eddie. Look at those red roses Eddie has bought Missy. He's really making his best pitch there, I guess. And Missy is not even paying attention to the championship match. Long attention span. She's not been blessed with brains that I don't know, but in the ring we've got Missy has completely distracted, I think, her team. Gilbert's down there with her, and Tatum is trying to win the championship. He and Victory are fighting the Fantastics. Now look at Vic. But Eddie must have been saying the right things. I don't know. But Missy looks like she's moving away from the ring from where we're sitting. Tatum splitting his concentration quite obviously between Missy and Gilbert and the tag championship match. Now look at him. Gilbert and Tatum having some and he's got it rolled up. He got a cradle, 1, 2, 3. The Fantastics for the victory. The Fantastics for the victory. Tatum was pinned, but he was looking at Missy, and he was looking at Eddie Gilbert. Gilbert and Tatum have not been successful here. Look at Missy.
Wait just a minute. Missy Hyatt is leaving with hot stuff. Missy Hyatt looks to be leaving with Eddie Gilbert. Tatum is raising some cane back in the ring. We were going to go to a break. Remember the UWF heavyweight title match coming up, but we're going to keep it right here as Tatum has sucker punched Gilbert. I think Missy has made her choice. Look at Tatum. Tatum is irate at Missy Hyatt. And Sting is in the ring. And Rick Steiner is in the ring. Victory goes out and way over the top. Tatum was irate with Missy. I thought he was going to pop Missy with that fist. And now Gilbert's boys, Steiner and Sting. And the hot shot on John Tatum. Gilbert, Sting, and Steiner are decimating Tatum in Victory. They cost them perhaps the match moments ago. The muscle, Steiner and Sting, as Gilbert. Now Gilbert was going to hit. What's he doing here? I thought Gilbert was. And Missy hit Tatum right in the face. She hit him with a Gucci bag. Gilbert, what a humiliating thing to happen. Miss, oh, wow. Tatum is busted open. The three of them and the Gucci bag have busted open John Tatum. Missy Hyatt has to steal an old line. She has made her bed. She's going to have to lie in this one.
Missy Hyatt put a Gucci bag ending to the love affair with Hollywood John, and we'll be back after this time out to put a video ending to our year in review. I'm Doyle King for the UWF.
How naive and gullible you people are. See, Duggan has duped you for a long time now. He tells you 87 is Hacksaw's year. 87 will be the demise of Hacksaw Duggan because the one-man gang is hot on your heels. You can feel 495 pounds of terrifying breath everywhere you go, Duggan, on this big world 87 tour. And incidentally, devastation will be well represented anywhere we go. One-man gang. Irrepressible, and guess what, Duggan? 87 is going to be the biggest nightmare you've ever encountered. And talk about other champions. Beside the UWF champion, the one-man gang, you got the Long Rider, Bill Irwin. And you got Bad Leroy Brown. So if there's a dream team, if there's anybody with that all-American stinking intestinal fortitude, come on down. Because, gentlemen, we got a torture chamber that just won't quit. Everybody's got a big, long list of what they're going to do. The New Year's coming. We're all looking forward to the 12 o'clock midnight. Get to play a little kissy face. Get to play a little huggy poo. Get to have a real good time. Get to make some resolutions. Get some things down in your head that you want to get done the next following year. And number one on Hacksaw Jim Duggan's list, and baby, it's a long, long list, is the UWF title. And there's been two great champions. There's been Terry Gordy, and there's been the one-man gang. But folks, this past year, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, being the man I am, being the meat and potato kind of guy that I am, I retired the North American heavyweight belt, and I fought my way through a bracket. Excuse me, but sometimes I get a little excited and my throat gives out. But I fought my way through that bracket with one thing in mind, and that's the title, and that's my number one resolution.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this special Universal Wrestling Federation program, our year in review. Hope you've enjoyed the last 60 minutes. It's going to be, I think, an exciting hour here next week, but we have a little bit more time left in the hour, and we're going to take a look at some of the young lions in the Universal Wrestling Federation. I think one of the reasons that the UWF has established itself as the #1 pro wrestling organization in the world today is because of the intense competition and because that we continually develop new wrestling talent. That's what we're going to take a look at. I really thank you very much for being with us. I'm Jim Ross. We're going to close this program with a special look at the young Americans in the UWF.
present, this is the feature attraction of the evening. The best
is disqualified. Ooh. Slammed him into
mercifully with his headlock. Look out. Oh.
And Brody just going berserk here on
Johnny, look at this. Fans, there's no mistaking Billy Graham.
Getting the heck out of Dodge. And they tanned Ric Flair.
I want you and everyone listening in to know one thing, that if they ever made another guy better than me, he hasn't been made.
Fine. Nice tackle by Flair. Put Steamboat down. Good movement by Steamboat. Great leap from. And what a chop. And the champion of the world on the head was the tag. Oh, come on now.
Might have hurt his leg a little bit there.
A referee stands stubbornness.
Oh! Billy plays that fight though.
Go into the ring when Roddy Piper Doc Conwell wants to go into the ring, Mr. America. Right.
Here comes Koloff off the rope. Look at the power.
Oh, he hit the back of his head. Oh!
That is, to a nicer guy, it couldn't happen.